To nobody's surprise, Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante is threatening legal action against her naysayers, people that give her critical feedback, negative reviews, articles, you name it. She doesn't respond well to anything that's negative towards her because she can't do any wrong. Well, now she's threatening Smash JT because of his coverage of all of her internet behaviors, especially since she contacted his wife. Yeah, recently on her X account, I like to call it Twitter, but they're now changing it to X. She suggested that she may be taking legal action against Smash JT. In the past, she's also teased it against Hypnotic and her muscle-bound cringe simp. He's also suggested that she has grounds for defamation against me in the past as well. So that's the playbook. Okay, they come on to the internet, they throw their little propaganda, their little political narrative and agendas for all these weird, woke, political SJW ideologies that they promote with Kotaku. We've seen it all. We've been covering Alyssa Mercante, but on top of that, she's just been insufferable. She attacks gamers. She hates male gamers at that. She pokes the bear quite times, and she just acts pretty insufferable online. And when people clap back, when people make articles about her, when people make videos about her, she goes under protected tweets. She plays the victim and rinse, repeat, right? She blocks, unblocks, blocks, unblocks, rinse, repeat. She's literally unhinged. And she showed everybody mask off completely when she quadrupled down saying that contacting people's wives and family members and sending a polite quote-unquote DM is not doxing. That doxing is posting a house address. And she doubled down on that. And all of her blind followers doubled down on that. They saw nothing wrong with her contacting Smash JT's wife at all, using intimidation tactics to kind of, I guess, ruin his marriage and imply that he's up to bad behavior. And she was all well and dandy with that until it happened to her. We just covered it the other day. Somebody's been contacting her sister, Alyssa Mercante. They even made a website that's covering like all of the tweets, all of their behavior, all the videos, and who knows who it is. It's an anonymous person. She's made a lot of enemies with her behavior. Even alyssamercante.com goes to a similar website. I don't know if anybody's noticed that, but both of these websites cover extensively her behaviors. And there's been public tweets that she's made. There's been private direct messages that she's made towards people. And she basically has really, really unprofessional behavior for somebody that's employed by Kotaku as a senior editor. But nobody wants to talk about that because Alyssa Mercante can't do wrong, right? And, you know, there's tons of consequences to her behavior. And one of them is that she's going to be attacked. I don't condone it. Smash has openly said he doesn't condone it. Hypnotic has said he doesn't condone it. We don't condone the doxing. We don't condone the contacting families. People have been posting her address. People have been posting her private information. It's none of us. When you act as divisive as you do online, you're going to make enemies, Alyssa Mercante. The one thing that I suggested to you the other day was to come out on the internet, make a statement to Smash JT apologizing to him and his wife for contacting them, from going behind professional boundaries, but you quadrupled down on it and said that contacting family members is not doxing. And that's why what happened to you the other day with AtlantaMercante.com happened, because people are fed up with your insufferableness. I don't condone it, but I still think that you are pretty unhinged online. And for you to go out of your way to try to threaten legal action against Smash JT, God, you play the victim complex well. So Smash JT made a statement online on Twitter, and here's the tweet. And this is pretty wordy. It says, the X account for Alyssa Mercante has suggested they may take legal action against Smash JT regarding my coverage of developing stories in the video game industry. At this time, Smash JT has received no direct communication nor request for edit, redaction, deletion, nor any other modification to the videos or articles in question. So she suggested this on a tweet that came out earlier today. And we'll look at that right here in a minute as well. But she hasn't contacted him. She hasn't reached out. Usually when people have articles that people want stuff redacted, they're available for redaction. They're available for a clarification. She wouldn't know this, though. Just the other day, she misrepresented a CEO for a farm game. trying to set him up to get hate towards his way because it fit her narrative. But he reached out to redact stuff. She didn't do it. So she probably doesn't even know what redaction is. But to continue on, it says, as with all my good faith conversations, I'm happy to consider rebuttal of facts if they have been made in error. Currently, I do not know what specific statements Alyssa Mercante might believe to be false or harassing. My coverage uses screen captures of, in this case, her own words to substantiate a perspective. In other words, everything that he's posted in all of his articles, everything in all of his videos, my videos, Hypnotics, we're using her own tweets, her own public tweets, her own statuses, everything that she posts on social media. Does she not know that everything that you say and do online will be used against you in the court of public opinion? Because it will. You put stupid tweets attacking male gamers, you put stupid tweets being insufferable, people are going to use it against you and give you criticism as a public figure. For whatever reason, she feels only YouTubers are subject to criticism, that her being a senior editor for a big, huge publication like Kotaku makes her immune to anybody clapping back at her. That's what this is. It's almost like a Streisand effect. You know, she wants her cake and she wants to eat it too, but she doesn't want anybody to come at her. And that's the type that Alyssa Mercante is. This modern feminist, this weird left-leaning liberal woman who cries out toxic masculinity when it comes to gaming and all this weird mumbo-jumbo buzzwords that they like to use, but they don't consider that maybe they're the common denominator, that they're the problem. Anyways, continuing on, Smash JT says, furthermore, it's difficult to reconcile a person who proclaims it is dehumanizing, far behind harassment, when facts are being discussed. The irony is strong, coming from a supposed journalist employed at Kotaku. She has proven to constantly avoid giving the full story to her audience and is now trying to silence the real truth about her. That she's literally threatening legal action because of the criticism, and she doesn't want to discuss things. She doesn't want to have a conversation to meet to a common middle ground. You could agree to disagree, Alyssa Mercante. You could at least reach out and say, hey, you're doing this and that, and then he could give you his perspective. You could meet in the middle. But that's the thing, is that all these people like Mercante want an echo chamber. They only want their way, because any other way is completely wrong. It's bigoted, it's racist, it's chauvinistic, it's toxic masculinity. This is what they're teaching people nowadays, and zero integrity from her side. Now, he continues to say that it is particularly interesting that of all the channels covering her indiscretions, Alyssa is choosing to single me out. The inferences made by Alyssa Mercante imply a threat to silence, and I do not take these threats lightly, nor will I be bullied off this platform. Good for you, Smash. Now, it is kind of odd, but I don't expect you to be the only one. I expect her to at least try to scare some people off. Her buddy already tried to do it to me, saying that I was well within grounds of defamation. She's tried it to Hypnotic in the past. I'm very sure she's keeping a fine eye on everything, because again, she's very thin-skinned from what it looks like. He goes on to say, I will continue covering the story in an upcoming video with additional information, facts, screenshots, to once again prove my point. It is exhausting, but I will not stop. I seek the truth for the betterment of the entire video game industry. So good on him. Very well responded tweet. And he did put a video out. He actually put a video out called Alyssa Mercante has threatened to sue me. It's a 17-minute video. I've been kind of showing B-roll from it. Short end, he kind of just emphasizes that her behavior is a little bit hypocritical. And that's the common denominator again, like I said. She continues to contact people. You know, like family members. She had that screenshot saying, I found your wife's Facebook and asked what she thinks about the husband of her children harassing women online, and laughing when they share that. And this stems from a retweet that he tweeted with somebody doing a virtual reality execution. She contacted him. He said, thank you for letting me know. He undid it, and she's still holding that against him, essentially. She didn't forgive him for that. She's still holding it against him. So in all honesty, you know, it might be an unpopular take. He just might as well have undone the retweet, because she wasn't thankful for it. She didn't move on. In fact, she's basically doubled, quadrupled down that she was never in the fucking wrong at all, but only Smash JT is, which is kind of weird. And to reconcile with somebody like this that's just so hard-headed, that throws out baseless allegations, that continues to act like a victim, could be excruciatingly excruciating. I can't even say it because that's how frustrated I am thinking about it. Excruciatingly frustrating, right? Somebody that just has no concept or logic of their hypocrisy. She's avoiding the full story on everything. It's just, oh, me. It's, oh, me. I'm being targeted. I'm being bullied. These guys are doing this to me. And, now she's trying to silence the truth about her actions, right? And you could see with her original tweet that showed that she was going to tease legal action today. She says, there's a person in this thread impersonating my sister, likely the same person who made a website about her and has been emailing her from it. You condemning this, then laughing about it and sharing content from it in your videos makes people think it's okay. Nobody ever said that. He's covering the developing story, covering the fact that somebody made a website, covering it. He disavowed it, condemned it, and even if he did not make the story about it, you're going to try to threaten legal action against him anyway for his previous content. You didn't appreciate that he apologized and undid the retweet from that virtual execution. You can see that she's doubling down again when she says, DMing your wife after you've been harassing me for weeks is not remotely comparable to this. If you do not stop centering me in your content and emboldening these people to harass me, I will be forced to take legal action. So she's placing the blame of everybody, whether they're giving constructive criticism, whether they're giving actual negative feedback towards her actions, to actual targeted harassment and targeted bullies, even though he's condemned it. She's pushing the blame onto him. Typical victim behavior. And Smash will not be bullied off this platform. Neither will I. If anybody tries to place blame on me for that, I will not be bullied at all. And Grums, again, who's the man on Twitter, basically put this tweet out that explains the whole situation. And it's really long, but it's perfect. Kotaku editor Alyssa Mercante threatens legal action against Smash JT for checks notes. Nope, sorry, got nothing. This is nuts. She's the one who went after his family. Let's review Mercante's threats so far over the months. And he just nails it down. And this is where she refuses to admit that she's the one with the bad behavior. She doesn't own up. She doesn't hold herself accountable for any of her actions. And that's why the cards are just falling down. Now, let's see what it says. It says, doxing Cabrutus Rambo's Discord, 0 results. Hit piece on Melanie Mac, 0 results. Hit piece series on creators, asked everyone for dirt, 0 results. Trying to get me canceled for an April Fool's joke, 0 results. This is just a little bit of a list, a little bit of a laundry list of all of her actions. But yeah, every time she's tried to start some kind of little SJW movement, it's backfired. Continue on, he says, all she has done for months is try to intimidate and threaten people, sending waves of harassment their way for her Kotaku platform while claiming she's the actual victim. She's like a little yapping dog that chases cars and can never catch them, getting angry and angrier in the process. When she's online, she tweets about me constantly, can't go a day or two without tweeting about me. You'll note I hardly ever talk about her, but it's time someone calls her out for trying to sue this man over her own deranged behavior. Alyssa Mercante, all of this is your fault. Honestly, this is all because of your actions, everything that you've put out there, everything that you've said and done, your behavior since the Sweet Baby Inc. detected situation. You are to blame, nobody else. The fact that you could even think that you could try to silence criticism in the manner that you're doing shows me that you have no clue about how real life works, how being a public figure really works. You think there's been times where people have said things about me that I don't appreciate, have posted things about me that I don't appreciate it? Of course, but threatening legal action if nobody's broken the law? Come on now. You're just trying to use threats and intimidation to bully people off, and that's what it is. It's always pitchforking and witch hunts with your type. And you gotta remember, you still didn't come out and apologize. All you had to do, and I'm sure people would have been forgiving, is if you would have came out and said, hey, I shouldn't have contacted his wife. I was in a desperate position. It wasn't professional of me. I apologize. And that's all it would really take. But no, since that whole incident, you've quadrupled, tripled, doubled, loop-de-looped back onto it. And in fact, you're worse than you've ever been at this point. You have literally turned into one of the biggest heathens I've seen on the internet, and you're not apologetic towards anything. You just want to fucking target people yourself and play victim and not have anybody say anything to you. You are a spoiled child. That's how you're acting. And this is a developing story, and do not be surprised if Smash is going to quadruple down now and continue to cover developing stories about you to provide additional information, facts, screenshots to drive the points that he has about you, the unique criticism that he has towards you, the constructive criticism that he has towards you. And don't be surprised if I do it, or Hypnotic, or anybody that's on this side of the fence going against the grain when it comes to Alyssa Mercante. That's what this platform is for. And it's fair, and it's just, and none of it is targeted harassment. You are just butthurt because you don't know how to act. And it's sad to see. It's honestly sad to see. And don't be surprised if all this doubles down because you couldn't become professional enough to apologize. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.